We have this from the Post-Millennial. We have a lot of Post-Millennial tonight, huh? Former Ukrainian prosecutor
this is my story.
Viktor Shokin confirms he was fired after Joe Biden demanded it. Yep. Now, a couple years ago, there was a sworn affidavit from Viktor Shokin where he attested to just this, but now we have him giving a public statement on this, where he spoke to Fox News and he outright said, yeah. So that's your story, Libby. Why don't you tell us what happened?
Yeah. So basically, Viktor Shokin went on with Bret Baier and he confirmed that he was told when he got fired that it was Joe Biden's wish that he be fired.
Let's slow down real quick. There may be a lot of people who have no idea who this guy is.
Do you want me to do like a whole thing?
Yeah. I think
I'll just give you the general gist, and then you can take it away with a little bit more
I'll give it a shot, yeah.
Joe Biden flew to Ukraine, said, I will illegally withhold aid. He didn't say illegally. He said, I will withhold aid, $1 billion, unless you fire a prosecutor. This is the crux of the whole argument, either against Trump demanding his impeachment or against Joe Biden for being corrupt. Viktor Shokin is the guy who got fired. He is saying he got fired because Joe Biden demanded it, and Joe Biden likely took bribes. Anyway.
Yeah, so I was going to look up the story, but I'm just going to go from memory because my Google isn't working.
You wrote it. You definitely remember all the details.
Yeah, so basically, Viktor Shokin was a prosecutor who was investigating Burisma. He was investigating Burisma because he was concerned that they were doing illegal energy deals.
And who is Burisma?
Burisma is a Ukrainian energy company on whose board Hunter Biden sat. He was getting $83,000 a month. His business partner, Devin Archer, was also on the board. They were getting this money. They don't have any expertise in energy. Yeah. Burisma was interested in entering the U.S. market. They were under investigation in Ukraine, which makes it tough to enter a U.S. market at that point because you're already looked at as kind of shady. So basically what happened was the CEO of Burisma signed on Hunter Biden and Devin Archer to help them with the U.S. market / get influence through then VP Joe Biden. So Joe Biden knew the Burisma guys. There were meetings with, he met them. He ended up on phone calls with them at these meetings. Viktor Shokin was the prosecutor tasked with investigating that. Joe Biden was the White House. He was the guy for the White House overseeing Ukraine during the Obama administration. So there had been $1 billion in loan guarantees that were approved for Ukraine. Joe Biden was meant to go to Ukraine, deliver the loan guarantees. He said, I'm going to withhold this money unless you fire Shokin. He said this to Petro Poroshenko, who was Zelensky's predecessor. So he said this. Poroshenko was like, okay, Shokin is totally fired now and we'll take the money. Joe Biden then went on a panel. It was televised. And he bragged about this. He told this story just as eloquently as he told that corn pop leg hair story. He went on about it.
He's not hiding anything.
No, he was very proud of what he had done, claiming that Shokin was corrupt and that they got their own guy in there. So, okay, that is a thing that happened. Then Donald Trump in July 2019, Joe Biden had announced for presidency in April of that year. Donald Trump makes a phone call to then, President Zelensky, who had replaced Poroshenko. And he says, hey, we've got this money coming for you. I think it was $391 million, way less than $1 billion, by the way. We have this money coming for you. Congress has approved it. That's cool. But also, I'm interested to know what impact Joe Biden had on the firing of Viktor Shokin. Mm-hmm. Was he involved? Let's sort of hash that out. That phone call was recorded. It was leaked. The transcript of that was leaked. And then in the media had a field day with it. Donald Trump is withholding funds from Ukraine unless they investigate Joe Biden. So then Congress brings him up on impeachment charges, claiming that he had withheld funds for his own personal gain, that he had committed election interference by asking Ukraine to publicly investigate Joe Biden over the firing of Shokin, which Biden had already said he'd done. They accused him and impeached him of election interference months and months and months before the election. So they said, okay, Trump, you're impeached because you asked for an investigation into Biden for something that he publicly said that he did and you wanted more details. Now he's being prosecuted for all of this stuff. And that's not being considered election interference.
I was going to say, if only he had ordered prosecutors to prosecute Joe Biden
Right.
and have the trial date start right before Super
Right.
Tuesday,
That would
then
not
it would
be
not be
election
election interference.
So that's what they impeached him over. And if you read the impeachment documents, which I did yesterday, it's very detailed about how Trump was wrong to launch an investigation into a political opponent during an election year.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, come on.
To be fair, I don't think you guys have actually read any of the laws that they're using to go after Trump on for the, when they impeached him. It clearly states that in the instance that the accused is Republican, the full force of the law shall be, levied against this individual. However, if said accused is Democrat, then just forget about it. Sweep it under the rug. That's actually in the law.
It's okay when we do it Progressives 3616 or whatever.
All of this and more at Timcast U, which is going to be launching later this year.
Correct.
Yes,
Which is founded
Dr.
in the
Poole has
Socratic method.
Yes, exactly.
I am a doctor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we declared it publicly tonight.
I never said the university. That was actually something I used to say a long time ago.
I would be happy
Because
to accredit the
I'm
university
willing this
for
into
you.
existence.
I have a
Yeah.
PhD from the university, so I could
I
accredit
think we
it.
just made the board.
Oh,
I think so.
I would make the point to people.
Circular accreditation.
Yes.
Right.
You get accredited
That's
from the
right.
university and then found it so that I like it.
Correct.
So-
I like this.
to explain to people, I've been explaining to people credentialism for a long time. So, I'd be talking to these, like, I don't have friends, everyone's like, you have to go to college if you want to get a good job. I'm like, oh, please. And then I'd be like, well, I have a master's. And they'd be like, you have a master's? I'm like, yeah, in nuclear engineering. They'd be like, what? Do you really? And I'd be like, oh, yeah, from Milton U. And they'd be like, what? And I'm like, that's right. Yeah, I made it up. It's not an accredited school or anything, but I gave it to myself.
I used to want to make up
wait a minute.
college sweatshirts and be like, no, this is where I went to school.
Dude,
Like,
just like
I want to wear those.
okay, I'll make you one.
some body at some organization determines that you are worthy and gives you a title. I can give myself whatever title I want. Screw
That's
off.
like with Jordan Peterson being
Re-educated.
by the Ontario College of Physicians
So what-
because he made some incendiary social media posts. The people who complained about Jordan Peterson and got him investigated and subject to re-education, they were not his clients. They were not his students. They were not his patients or whatever. They were people who saw his posts on the internet
And didn't like them.
and didn't like them.
Man, that's pretty serious.
That's pretty
who
serious.
precisely is supposed to re-educate him?
The Ontario College of Physicians. In fact, there are people that they have said will be the ones doing the re-education. Jordan Peterson will be paying for it. And those specialists, those experts, those credentialed people cost $225 an hour.
Prager,
what if it
you
doesn't
should give out
work?
PhDs.
That's
What
true.
if it doesn't work? Jordan Peterson has said that he's going to put it all on YouTube.
Well, that's
Oh,
good.
like live stream it?
Yeah.
Then it can help offset the cost that he has to cover, which I'm sure
Right.
they're
He'll
like,
make much more than $225.
It'll be
an hour
great.
doing that, yeah.
well, if they're going to make it a minimum
In
of
his
like,
new
what,
weird
48
suits,
hours? Like, yeah. He's having a
Well,
fashion
and
moment.
the credentialed experts are the ones who get to decide how long the training will go. So if they feel it's not
That
working,
they are getting
they
paid
can
to do.
extend it. Exactly, that they are getting paid to do. And that will be streamed on YouTube.
So they've given him a almost unlimited fine.
Yeah.
Or a fine with no upper limit
That's right.
at the very
Also,
least.
it's either that or they take his license.
And it goes until
Why
he
does he
admits,
want it?
I agree with what you think.
You know what?
He should
Because
just
he
go
believes in credentialism.
Second one, I agree.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they say it, be like, you're right, absolutely. Okay, great.
You're like, we don't think
great to see you.
We don't think you do agree. And he's like, no,
No, I
do.
totally agree.
I definitely
He
agree.
would never
Say
do
something
that.
else. I agree.
Yeah,
I don't think he'd ever do that.
I don't think so
Jordan
either.
Peterson's going to be
No,
like,
I don't think he will.
No, I
either.
don't think he will.
screw off, you dang Marxists.
But it would be funny if he's like, no, I
if
see
you
your
weren't just
point.
so
I
bloody
repent.
minded.
And they're like,
He's going to argue with them.
yeah, for sure.
He's
I mean,
going to
if you're
have
gonna put it on
field
YouTube,
day,
it's going to be
basically.
hilarious.
He's going to wear a
What
weird
if he
suit.
changes their mind?
Ooh.
Live.
What if he undereducate or
Well, so
I don't
it's
know.
funny
What
when
if
Actually
you,
He
educated them.
undermines their
undereducates
have you
them.
guys
yeah.
you heard about like the FBI agents who were tasked with monitoring right-wing message boards started becoming right-wing?
I totally believe it.
I
Yeah,
believe
they're
it.
like they're seeing all these posts and then they're going like, wait a minute.
I got told this stuff was wrong and I wasn't supposed to talk about it. But when I read through it, they're making some good points over here.
My goal is to get my NSA mind for there to be churn in the NSA because they keep having to assign new people to me because they go, oh no, oh he's right, crap, he's right, and then they have to quit or whatever. Maybe they'll just smash.
No,
this
what
machine
what
from
happens
within.
is like the NSA they know that the assignment to Spike is like a 3-month rotation, and so they tell the agent like it's a 3-month rotation. Just so you know, I'm like, what, just 3 months? Like, typically we do 2 years. Like, just trust us. And then after like 2.5 months, the guy's sitting there and he's like shaking. He's got a cigarette and he's going back and forth. Like, he's right about everything, man. he's right about everything. And they're like, all right, time to get him out of there.
They all have to go like through mandatory meetings with the psychologist afterwards. Who's like, no, he's not a doctor. You can't believe him.
They have to put him through the re-education program.
Yeah, they have to put him through Jordan. These people are good that are going to be doing Jordan Peterson. They're the ones that have to deprogram my NSA minders into like re-believing. They have to re-blue pill them.
I always thought that was weird about like PhDs, like you have to go defend your thesis. But what if I don't respect anyone who's on the panel? What if I don't like any of their thesis?
I'm questioning your authority.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why
I've always found it weird, the credentialism and the people insisting that they're a doctor and so forth, because I was proud to tell people I barely made it out of high school. Like, I didn't go to college, and I had multiple successful businesses and, a great life. My wife's like super hot and everything. And I'm like, like, why would I like being able to say
bravo.
I got this despite the fact that the schooling system tried to keep me down.
Hard work is hard. That's why it's called hard work.
Right.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.